so let's get started. My name is Sarah Dinos, and I am with Open Governance, and we have here the founder, Chirag. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself real quickly? And
Yeah, I'm the founder of Open Governance Initiative, and this initiative we built because we wanted to engage the community into what is happening locally. So one thing we focus on Open Governance, OpGov News is we cover only local issues. Our reporters are local, and they connect with people in the community. We have an open forum where community can engage us into doing some more stuff. If they would like, they see something, they say something, and we highly admire the privacy if you would like to be private.
yeah. And thanks for this opportunity for me to interview you today. So a couple things I wanted to go over real quickly, but first, you just had quite an election. Do you want to just talk a little briefly about what your election entailed?
So I ran for state assembly, and prior to that I ran for city of San Ramon mayor in 2024. In 2024, within 2 months before the election, I ran in because a mayor was running unopposed, and that's how I got into this election. I secured some 31% vote back then, and in the assembly, the reason I did run for assembly is because I was very concerned about things that are happening in San Ramon, and I raised so many red flags and also tried to reach out to assembly members, state senate members, and congressional representative just to be ignored or got some responses which are not. When a log gets deleted and nobody responds, I think there's some red flags we need to highlight, and that's why I ran for the assembly. Maybe if I don't get a response, at least in the debate I can ask questions. That was the primary reason.
Yeah. And what else did you learn along the way, Chirag?
So when I decided to run, I also learned one thing in my last election is I highlighted one very important issue. There are so many races that go unopposed, especially in Contra Costa County. Back then 85% positions were going unchallenged. So I sent out a mass text to 8,000 people saying, to 220,000 people saying, if you have 1% interest to run for office, this positions are going unchallenged. Just put in your name. There's a good chance, because if somebody is running unchallenged, you have technically 50% chances.
Yeah. And did you notice what kind? Did a lot of people come out? What happened?
I spoke to 140 people. Zoom. I sent out a Zoom link along with that 1% interest thing. So if you have 1% interest, talk to me. I'll add 2 zeros to it, and I got 140 people talk to me, and one-to-one I spoke to many of them. Out of them, I was able to convince a bunch of people to run for office, 6 people. And one of the very critical role I felt was the county clerk, and I had somebody run for the county clerk as well.
Right, and you also know some other folks who ran for different positions as well, and how did they do?
Yes, so, and we made this group, and we had a group of fighters. We had a WhatsApp group named Fighters, where we put all the people who are running for office come together and start discussing, strategize, work together. And I didn't leave any stone unturned. I went to every place is possible. Every association, realtor association, taxpayer association, churches, and made sure that I'm there. I engaged a lot of youths in that period. Is one of the major thing I did was I highlighted that the value of vote, because each vote is worth $19,000 if you just divide the budget with number of elected representative and their constituents.
Yeah.
And it did get a lot of engagement. We started this printing this newspaper in that period so that we can educate people about their civic duties. Especially we had a bunch of people running together there. We need to educate them. My idea of having more people run is because if I get I'm able to get increase the turnout, and my math was like, okay, there's for the past time we are seeing a Republican and Democrat running against each other. If I increase the turnout, because that would be the extra people coming out and voting, 2%, I would have a fair chances.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see the results, the turnout was up by 7.5% in Contra Costa compared to the last election in 2024, which was along with presidential election, where the turnout is typically higher. So this is the reason I thought things are not adding up, as well as there were other things. When I went to, I'm sure if you know that I'm asking for recount,
Mm-hmm.
and we can come to that point after this. Before asking for recount, I actually went and looked into the process, how the election votes are counted, and what what is the transparency over there. And I realized one very important fact is since the observer has to be sitting outside in a small room from which they can only watch, they cannot really see what ballots are going in the machine, what are the results of the machine. Basically, before earlier the people were able to walk over the shoulder and see how the people are counting and what are the results. Something I think is very important to keep the checks and balances within the system.
Right.
And now, since they're put into a small area where there's not a seat, you can literally not see anything. You can just see that people are counting. That's about it. So I felt this was very wrong. I questioned that, and I was being told that this has been like that since 2007, when they created this fishbowl glass chamber from which you can only see, not observe. And there's 1% tally that happens. Even in that tally, everybody is kept outside.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea of recount, asking for recount is because then I asked, give me the precinct level data, because if you have precinct level data, you can go to, if you tell me from this area you only got one vote, I have to technically go to 10 different voters and ask to do a checks and balances. But I was refused to be given the precinct level data. Initially I was being told they do not have the data. When I showed that Alameda County gives it, and why not Contra Costa, then I was told we do not have equal software capabilities. I showed them the political tracker data, that here is where you are giving the data, and I was being told this is only the turnout data.
Mm-hmm.
But not precinct level data that you are asking for. After that, I came across the County of Santa Clara website, where they are using exact same software, and Contra Costa has same software.
Right.
I just disabled the data.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And when I asked why is that, I was being told okay, they will only give it after all the canvassing. They do not have an intention to give. And I think this is a red flag, to be honest. So after all the canvassing, I was being given the data, and I saw that from the city of San Ramon, where I secured 11,000 votes last time, and being engaged in the community for the entire 1.5 year, I got 1,500 votes. And my brother with the same last name is on the same ballot. He gets twice the number of, probably more than twice the number of votes in that particular area as well. So I choose some of those precincts to just see if I can validate that. Then.
And that's where we're at now, right?
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's really interesting. And have you noticed, has any of the other candidates had any concerns about the numbers as well?
I did actually. In Contra Costa County, I met this Republican person, Piccinini, and she had a concern as well. She got a significantly large number of votes last time when she ran, and this time she came third.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who won as a Republican, I couldn't find his picture on the entire website. His website is just something only I generated, never spoke. So that also raised another red flag.
Right.
So that's my concern.
Yep. So going forward, so you're going to, have you requested the recount already?
I did request the recount,
Okay.
and the prices were something that is super high.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess how much it is?
Surprisingly, I wouldn't be able to be a good person to guess, but I can imagine. So, how many people live in this area?
115,000 votes we are talking about.
115,000 votes. So I would say maybe 80,000, 100,000,
$110,000.
110. So it's literally almost $1
a vote.
per voter.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And if I choose the precinct which I have given them,
Yeah.
that's around 5,100 votes, and that's costing $33,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
6.5 each vote.
That's a lot of money for a recount. I
Yeah.
would assume it
That's
is.
way more than the campaign cost. And the bigger thing is the breakdown. When I asked the breakdown, the $60,000 is to find those 115,000 ballots
Mhm.
out of 600,000 ballots. One
To
by
find
one.
them
Yeah, find them and put together.
so they can count them.
And they're lying in another room,
They're in a
just
room.
in a warehouse. So
That's interesting.
after that, they'll do the recount. So it will be every day. Manual count will cost $2,200. We can stop any moment. But that $60,000 is upfront, basically.
Yeah. Is there a lot of work that goes into a recount?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you should guess. I'll figure out. So
I mean, we're
they
just
gave me-
I'm assuming we're just reading ballots here, but
So
there could be more.
There was
Yeah.
one more option given to me. For $8,000, I can get an image of the ballot printed and recount for $8,000. 2 days from the software, they'll capture
Mm-hmm.
the ballots and print 5,100 ballots. It will take them 2 days.
Mm-hmm. How long would it take them?
I mean, it's
To
a
do a
soft copy.
recount
The soft copy, and after that they'll count in a day.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would be.
No, but I
A good
still chose
option.
to do that because I really need to understand the process of recount as well,
Mm-hmm.
and understand how we can make this better for our entire community. Because in fall, I'm asking them, can you please allow the election observer to be actually inside the room? I have requested them, and I haven't got till now they haven't accepted that request.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if more people come out and ask, like, we need election observer to be inside when the counting is happening, I think county should do something about it.
Yeah, right.
Both the counties. This is not just Contra Costa. I'm talking about Alameda as well.
Mm-hmm.
So in Alameda County, I went for this 1% recount. You're in a small area, and there are 2 security guards along with you who are observing. If you ask any question, you're being told go to window number 7 and check.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who was at the window number 7, she said, "Oh, there are people who come with binoculars to watch." I mean, these are people who are really interested in our democracy. They shouldn't be joked as such, I think.
Mm-hmm. So ultimately, Chirag, what do you want to get out of this with the recount?
Well, I don't think if I will at least understand the process. I think it's a cost of learning.
Yeah. Right.
I don't, it won't, 5,100 votes won't make any change.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a cost of learning, I would say. While we are running the news, we have to be doing as much as possible to make sure the community is aware of what is happening.
Yeah, I agree. Good.
So, alright.
Right. Anything else you want to discuss?
Yeah, one thing I learned is also like in the campaign,
Yeah.
there is something called as candidate statement, and it costs a lot. So I think putting a candidate statement is the most ineffective wastage of money.
Okay.
Even if it goes to the voters, I think that's I shouldn't have put that money as well. I would have probably used that money on the recount, $8,000.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about that a little bit. Walk me through it. So, how much does it cost first to be able to run?
So to be able to run, it's 1% of the salary. So it's $1,350 minimum. If you don't give the candidate statement, it's $1,400 something.
And I mean, you're in a printing business too. Does it cost that much to print?
Well, I think a candidate statement, what they charge for putting $8,000. I think per se, I think that's reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's irreasonable.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit more about the candidate statement. Are you limited to a certain amount of words? Do you
200
spend
words.
more money?
200 words. You cannot have extra
Okay.
words. There's no extra money paying and getting extra words.
And you said that that's an option too, so not everybody gets a candidate statement in there.
I mean, I have seen people who didn't put candidate statement getting good score. So I think it's worthless.
Oh yeah?
But I still believe that if I run again, I'll put a candidate statement. Let's do the checks and balances on the election side as well, on the counting side as well. Make sure our people have trust in our system.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Main ambition to do the recount.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned for the recount. We'll see what happens next.
Sure, we'll start it tomorrow.
Great. All right, and thanks a lot, Chirag. Appreciate you and the
Fine.
opportunity to interview you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome. Bye.
Let's stop it now.